What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for taking the time out to watch this video. Got a couple articles coming out today. Wanted to go over. It's about time out to watch this video. Let me shut him up real quick. Got a couple articles coming out. So it's about NYC reports first suspected monkeypox case as the WHO convenes emergency meeting. Isn't that weird? So convenient, as one would say. Make sure the comments are on. Hey, what's going on, Blind Dave? Good to see you in here, brother. But yeah, so where was I? Updated as of today, Friday, May 20, 2022. New York City says they are monitoring the state's first suspected case of monkeypox in a patient receiving care at a Bellevue hospital where tests have been performed to confirm the disease, according to the Wall Street Journal. So far, 87 cases have been confirmed worldwide, and 57 are under investigation, according to the World Health Organization. Earlier Friday, Israel became the 13th country to report a suspected case. What do you guys think? Is this just more FUD throwing out there? Keep you in fear? Let's see what Twitter has to say about it. So here on Twitter, a post by Igor. Bill Gates urges preparation for smallpox attacks. Smallpox, monkeypox vaccine created. Monkeypox suddenly spreads, undetected. G7 ministers gather for secret virus exercise. Definitely weird. Something's fishy going on in there. While we're on Bill Gates, there's an article out of Bitcoin magazine. Bill Gates is all over the place. I wonder if that has anything to do with a little bit of the dip in the markets. Bill Gates doesn't invest in Bitcoin. I bet you he does. Let's see what this article has to say. So it says Bill Gates doesn't invest in Bitcoin, says it does not add to society. How is that when well, I'll show you a video in a minute of what he said about Bitcoin back in 2017. So in a recent AMA, Ask Me Anything on Reddit, Bill Gates explained he does not invest in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies because they do not add to society. That's BS, if you ask me. Bill Gates recently hosted an AMA on Reddit where he discussed why he does not invest in Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies. Or does Bill Gates just want to keep everybody out of cryptocurrencies so that him and his buddies can buy it all up? Gates explained that Bitcoin provides no valuable output and therefore does not add to society. We need to change the lens through which we define value and output to correct this misunderstanding. So you guys go ahead and check it out. It's in Bitcoin magazine. I don't want to take up too much more of your time on this article, but we'll see what Mr. Bill Gates said back in 2017. Go ahead and blow this up. Press play.
Gates.
Let me know if you can hear it in the chat.
We now know him for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Bill, it's great to see you. It's great to see you here in particular because we know the Gates Foundation for its work on infectious diseases, child health, nutrition, agriculture, education, the list goes on. Why does Bill Gates care about finance?
It's all about helping the poorest. And one thing they don't have access to is bank accounts. The fee structure, if you have small amounts of money, is just too high. And we got involved in some traditional microlending, but just didn't see how that could scale up and get inexpensive enough. So now we're involved in trying to make sure we get a very efficient digital payment structure set up for all the poorest in the world to get financial products that work for them.
What are you doing?
The idea is that typically through the cell phone, you should be able to send money to your relatives. You should be able to track the money that's coming in, set aside money to buy seeds the next year. And there are countries where this is beginning to take off. Kenya, Bangladesh, even Somalia, that maybe the last country that's almost half of the GDP is done digitally.
I don't need to tell you that the poor have been unbanked, for as long as there have been banks. Why is this time different?
Well, it's really the digital revolution. The poorest have bought cows, stored gold, put currency under their mattress, but they are getting cell phones, and the cell phone capability of identifying who's using the cell phone, letting you look at your spending patterns, that's going to be common sense. People are going to have help and lots of innovative products competing on top of this digital currency platform.
So if technology, mobile phones, for example, digital money helps to increase access to financial services at the same time as it lowers the cost of delivery, why is philanthropy needed?
Philanthropy should just be here to bootstrap this. There are a lot of regulations in this area, and understanding how those regulations can make the cost of remittances, where you're sending money back to your family in your country of origin, how right now that has about a 5% overhead on it. We think we have a role to make sure that, particularly for the smaller transactions, the regulations don't impose those very high costs. Once this gets going, then we'll step up to the applications and say, okay, how does a savings application help the mother make sure money's focused on the kids? How does it help them stay in school, set money aside for the uniform or for good future planning?
Some of what you just described, the need to move money from place to place, the cost of doing so, the overhead, as you put it, makes me think, believe it or not, of Bitcoin, because some people have said, hey, Bitcoin is the answer to those problems. Are you a believer?
Well, Bitcoin is exciting because it shows how cheap it can be. Bitcoin is better than currency in that you don't have to be physically in the same place. And of course, for large transactions, currency can get pretty inconvenient. The customers we're talking about aren't trying to be anonymous. They're willing to be known. So the Bitcoin technology is key, and you could add to it, or you could build a similar technology where there's enough attribution that people feel comfortable. This has nothing to do with terrorism or any type of money laundering.
What kinds of people or private enterprises right now are helping to solve the same problems you're interested in?
Well, in some countries, the mobile companies have been fantastic. In a few other companies, it's been the banks. In some countries, it's a startup company that's neither a bank nor a mobile company. In Bangladesh, the Bcash offering runs across any phone. And, they've gotten the regulations so that they have a product that we think will get very, very pervasive. So entrepreneurs are there. The enablement this creates, if you want to put in, say, electricity in a city, collecting your bills is one of the reasons why the underspending of infrastructure in these areas is a real thing holding back the economy.
You mentioned banks. Are the legacy institutions, for the most part, banks, credit card companies, payment processors, friend or foe?
Many of them want to have these additional customers, but they have to embrace the idea that the fees are going to be a lot lower. And so
I just wanted to get his take on what he really thought about Bitcoin, since in this article it says he doesn't like Bitcoin and that he's not going to use Bitcoin. I just found that was pretty funny for the FUD thrown out there. So that's enough about FUD. Let's get into the good news about Bitcoin. It shows on crypto.news, Ripple solution to adopted by Lithuania, so another country, for cost-efficient cross-border payments. You guys can check this article out. It's on crypto.news. It goes into Ripple has announced its partnership with Lithuania. Finci, the alliance will make it possible for Finci to facilitate fast and cost-efficient cross-border retail remittances and business-to-business payments, according to a press release on May 18, 2022. So that's awesome for adoption. I know a family from Lithuania, it's one of my good friends' wife, and they'll be excited to hear about Bitcoin, because they're kind of one of those non-believers. They heard of it, they don't trust it, they're still stuck in the old system. They don't think that it's going to be a part of the new system moving forward like I do, in my opinion. So then the next article that I wanted to go over was another adoption, and this one's about Africa. How blockchain is finally getting Africa on the grid. It says parents are lining up to pay school fees in cash, lenders charging extortionate rates, and cash savings held under mattresses. These are some of the things residents in Africa have had to resort to due to financial technology not having yet fully expanded in the developing continent. According to status, whatever that is, Statista, only 48% of an African population has access to banking services in 2022. Accounts being the first point of entry into the formal financial system puts its citizens at an enormous setback, as they are forced to turn to transactions that are not only inconvenient and wasteful, but often risky too. So down here it talks about banking the unbanked. In addition to an African citizen, limited access to their financial crisis, an estimated 494 million people in a sub-Saharan Africa have no form of legal identification. This lack of connectivity not only means that the unconnected are unable to communicate with anyone outside their vicinity. Maybe they don't want to communicate with the outside, but if they're going to accept cryptos and Bitcoin and things like that, they might have to. But some people may just like their little teepee huts and want to be left alone. Freedom is a choice, right? So, but it also contributes to poor health care, a low standard of education, and poverty in general. In response, officials in the continent are starting to turn to a popular digital technology with transformative potential, the blockchain. So, yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is used for a lot of good things. Cryptocurrency can be used for a lot of good things. It's definitely changing different continents all over the globe. And then for my last topic, I like to go over the gas prices. What's going on with gas? So in Washington, gas prices are rising, but it's not because of Colonial Pipeline attack. Down here, I was talking about a pipeline was attacked. So according to data from AAA Washington, the state's gas prices are up more than $1 over year. While that may seem significant, it's less due to far off pipeline and more the product of 2020 being the outlier of the year. It is more expensive than last year, but when you look at farther back, we're okay. AAA Washington spokesperson Kelly just told Curo Radio, it's not what you want to pay, but it's definitely not out of line from previous years. Are they smoking crack, seeing the wrong thing that we're saying? I mean, what do you mean previous years? There's a chart. Where was that chart at? Let's see if I could find it real quick. A chart showed one of these articles what it was, gas prices in the last couple of years. But anyways, I remember when gas was down to $1, and I lived in California at the time. I was probably 18, just starting to drive, and well, I started driving at 15, but legally started to drive 16. So yeah, gas prices were around $1. I remember it being on sale. It was like $1.05 or something like that. And the line was around the corner. And ever since then, I haven't seen gas prices at that high. So, yeah, there's a couple articles. You can check them out on gas prices, on the monkeypox. Can you believe there's another one coming? Monkeypox, really? Wow. What else are they going to make up? And then I always finish it off with today's crypto prices. So we got Bitcoin coming in at 29. Let me refresh this and make sure it's right. So Bitcoin coming in around 29,000, which isn't bad. It was down 27 earlier. Ethereum 19,000. USDC coin still at $1. Solana's at 50. Polygon, it's a good coin. Check it out. Litecoin just introduced its Mimblewimble. Went over this yesterday. It's only at $69.16. That's a steal. Not financial advice, but get yourself some Litecoin. Don't get stuck with Terra Luna. Get some Litecoin. It's the right coin. Like my buddy Clint Westwood says, it's sound money for the digital age. And I totally agree with him. I've used it. I use it day to day. And then where's another coin that we want to check on? That one would be Divi. That one's coming in at 3.5 cents. That's Dill. It's on sale. Get it now. They got some good stuff going on. If you don't know what Divi is, just go to CoinMarketCap, click on Divi, and then you can check out their Divi project right here and look into it. Their staking is easy. Their master nodes are easy. If you need help with any of that, go ahead and reach out to me. I got links down in the bottom of this video. You can reach out to me or one of our partners at Bitcoin Consultants Worldwide, and we can help you launch a Divi node. We can teach you how to live off cryptos. We could educate you on what blockchain technology is. We can educate you pretty much on anything that you need to know in the crypto space. If you need a coin researched, we'll take the time out and do that for you. That being said, thank you guys for watching. Hope everybody has a blessed day. Have a great weekend. I will be doing a show probably tomorrow or Sunday, or maybe both. That being said, God bless. Take care.